Honorable Speaker.
Oath taking. Members to take the oath or affirmation. Secretary General, please.
Srimati 𝙁𝙐𝙏𝙍𝙀, who stands elected from the Kadharma constituency of Jharkhand, will now take oath or affirmation. Madam, would you like to take oath or affirmation?
Oath, please.
Madam, in which language would you like to take oath?
In English. I, 𝙁𝙐𝙏𝙍𝙀, having been elected a member of lower house of the youth parliament, do swear in the name of God that I will bear truth, faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by the law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, and that I will faithfully discharge the duty upon which I am about to enter.
Sri Premvardhan, who has been elected from the Tirupati constituency of Andhra Pradesh, will now take oath or affirmation. Sir, would you like to take oath or affirmation?
Affirmation, please.
In which language would you like to take affirmation?
In Telugu. ప్రేమవర్ధన నేను శాసనం ద్వారా నిర్మితమైన భారతదేశం పట్ల నిజమైన విశ్వాసం విధేయత చూపుతారని, భారతదేశ సార్వభౌమాధికారాన్ని సమగ్రతను కాపాడుతారని, నా కర్తవ్యాలను శ్రద్ధతో అంతఃకరణ శుద్ధితో నిర్వహిస్తానని, భయం కానీ పక్షపాతం కానీ రాగద్వేషాలు కానీ లేకుండా రాజ్యాంగాన్ని శాసనాలను అనుసరించి ప్రజలందరికీ న్యాయం చేకూరుస్తానని దైవ సాక్షిగా ప్రమాణం చేస్తున్నాను. ప్రేమవర్ధన నేను నా పరిశీలనకు వచ్చిన ఏ విషయాన్నైనా మరియు నా కర్తవ్యాలను సక్రమంగా నిర్వహించేందుకు అవసరమైన మేరకు తప్ప ప్రత్యక్షంగా కానీ పరోక్షంగా కానీ ఏ వ్యక్తికి తెలియపరచనని దైవ సాక్షిగా ప్రమాణం చేస్తున్నాను.
Obituary reference. Honorable members, as we meet today, it is my sad duty to inform the House of Cadets about the renowned businessman and philanthropist Sri Ratan Tata. Ratan Tata is a businessman, Tata's group chairman, amateur and renowned philanthropist, and an industrialist who spread the salt to software conglomerate for decades. Breathing his last at South Mumbai's 𝙁𝙐𝙏𝙍𝙀 Hospital at 11:30 p.m. on 9th October 2024. Honorable Prime Minister,
Sri Ratan Tata was a business leader and an extraordinary personality. He provided the stable leadership to one of the India's prestigious business house. His contribution went beyond the boardroom. He endeared himself to lot of people. Thanks for his humility, kindness and unwavering commitment for the betterment of the society. I would like to extend my deep condolences to his family.
Honorable Leader of the Opposition,
We, his brothers, sisters and family, take solace and comfort in the outpouring of love and respect from all what admired. while he is no longer with us in person. His legacy of humility, generosity, and purpose will continue to serve and inspire the future generations of our country. I will associate myself and my party in sending our condolences to the bereaved family of Mr. Ratan Tata on his demise.
The House may stand in silence for a while to express our deep sorrow. Secretary General may convey the message of condolences to bereaved family. Introduction of new ministers. Prime Minister to introduce the new ministers.
Madam Speaker, today I am very pleasure to introduce you Sri Nagarjun Sai, Minister of Social Justice and Srimati Hasini, Minister of
Question hour. Now the question hour starts. Question number 101, Shri 𝙁𝙐𝙍𝙍.
Madam Speaker, question number 101. Will the Minister of New and Renewable Energy be pleased to state? Is the government working for new and renewable energy sector resources to strengthen solar energy sector in our country? And if so, what are the steps does the government ensure in this regard?
Honorable Minister of New and Renewable Energy.
Yes, Madam Speaker. The government proposes to take the following steps in this regard. The Ministry of New and Renewable Energy have recently notified the scheme guidelines for implementing solar model village across India under PM 𝙁𝙁𝙁𝙁𝙁 Muft Bijli Yojana. It is a key component under PM 𝙁𝙁𝙁𝙁𝙁 Muft Bijli Yojana to promote solar energy across rural India. The implementation of the model solar village will be carried out by the state or UT Renewable Energy Development Agency. Their initiative aims to establish one model solar village in each district across India. It, Venerable Village communicates to fulfill their energy demands using solar power. A total financial outlay of rupees 800 crores has been allocated for model solar village. Each selected model solar village will receive a financial assistance grant of rupees 1 crore each.
Next question. Question number 102, Shri John 𝙁𝙀𝘼𝙎.
Madam Speaker, question number 102. Will the Minister of Finance please to be stated? I have some questions to clarify with her. First, which are the sectors in focus? What are the bottlenecks you have faced in it? And why the private sector reluctance to invest in it?
Honorable Minister of Finance.
The budget has set aside 11 lakh crore for capital expenditure, comprising 3.4% of the GDP, with the aim to push states to spend on infrastructure. The transport sector has formed the bulk of expenditure. The industry stands operating with the procedure for constructing bridges. The Bharatamala Pariyojana and Sagamala programs are making a good shift. The private sector has shied away because of the market risk experienced due to the delay in completion of project, which impact returns.
Next question. Question number 103. Honorable Minister is absent. Next question. Question number 104. Shri Samir.
Madam Speaker, referring to the Minister of Health and Family Welfare, I would like to ask these few questions A to E. Will he be pleased to state whether in spite of various schemes implemented by the government, the basic healthcare facilities such as medicines for cold, fever, cough, etc. and blood tests, facilities of blood tests and other things, is the government providing X-ray, ultrasound, etc. These are still not available in the rural areas and the patients have to still travel 8 to 10 kilometers to avail these features. If so, the details thereof, whether the government proposes to set up healthcare centers equipped with all the basic faculties in each Gram Sabha, along with at least one doctor, one pathologist and one pharmacist. If so, the details thereof. If not so, in the manner in which the government proposes to ensure basic healthcare facilities to each and every citizen. मैं वर्तमान सरकार से इन सवालों का जवाब चाहता हूं और इनके डिटेल्स भी.
Concerned Minister, Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Shri Ashwin.
Madam Speaker, A to E. The health care system in India involves a 3-tier system which includes sub-health center in rural areas and primary health center in urban and rural areas and community health center in urban and rural areas as the 3 pillars of the primary healthcare services in our nation. As per established norms in rural areas, a sub-health center for a population of 5,000 in plains and 3,000 in hilly and tribal areas were there. A primary health center for a population of 30,000 in plains and 20,000 in hilly and tribal areas were there. And a community health center for a population of 1,20,000 and 80,000 in hilly and tribal areas was suggested. Further, DH, district hospitals, SDH, sub-district hospitals and a first referral unit provide secondary care services for rural and urban areas. Arogya Mandirs have been established and operationalized till 31st July 2024 by transforming existing sub-health centers, SHC, and primary health centers, PHC, in rural and urban areas to deliver the expanded range of comprehensive primary healthcare services with complete world package of services that include preventive, promotive, curative, palliative and rehabilitative services which are universal, free and closer to the community. To ensure availability of essential drugs and reduce the out-of-pocket exchange OOPE of the patients visiting the public health facilities, government has rolled out the free drug service initiative under NHM, National Health Mission. Under the scheme, there is a provision of financial support to states and union territories for 106 drugs at SLC level and 172 at PHC level and 300 at CHC level and 318 at SDS level and 381 drugs at district hospitals. And also we are including X-ray and ultrasound system has been provided by the government through Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Madam Speaker.
Next question. Question number 105. Shri C. Nagaraju.
Women and Child Development pleased of state that whether Saksham Anganwadi and Ocean 2.0 is being implemented by the country. If so, please lay the details thereof.
Minister of Women and Child Development, Srimati 𝙁𝙐𝙼𝙍𝙀.
Madam Speaker, for the question A and B. In the 15th Finance Commission, nutritional support for the children below the age of 6 years, pregnant women and lactating mothers and adolescent girls who are in the age of 14 to 18 years in all aspirational districts and all the districts of northeastern state, that is early childhood care and education, ECCE, who are in the age of 3 to 6 years, and that is Anganwadi infrastructure and upgraded Saksham Anganwadi have been recognized under Mission Saksham Anganwadi and Poshan 2.0. For the effective implementation and for the scheme and for better nutritional support to end beneficiaries, Mission Poshan 2.0 seeks the address of the challenge of malnutrition through improved nutrition content and delivery. It is a centrally sponsored scheme where the responsibility of implementation and administration of the state is ambit under the union territories.
Next question. Question number 106, Srimati Bhanushri.
Madam Speaker, will Minister of External Affairs be pleased to state the details of measures undertaken by the government for the welfare and assistance of students and young professionals going to abroad for education, and the list of details whom the government has signed migration agreements along with the beneficiary agreements occurring to young professionals going abroad.
Minister of External Affairs, Shri Tanish.
Madam Speaker, statement referred to in reply to parts A to B of Lok Sabha Start Question number 106 regarding migration agreements signed for welfare of students. A. Safety and welfare of Indian students and young professionals travelling abroad are the topmost priority for the Indian government. Indian professionals going abroad have missions or posts abroad, maintain regular contacts with Indian students enrolled in universities abroad. New Indian students enrolled in foreign universities are invited to participate in events organized by Indian missions or posts abroad. Senior embassy officials also visit foreign universities and educational institutions in their respective countries of accreditation to regularly interact with Indian students and Indian students associations. Indian missions or posts abroad also encourage Indian students and young professionals traveling abroad for higher studies to register them with Indian missions or posts abroad, also encourage them to remain connected on a regular basis and make all possible efforts to respond to the outstanding issues faced by them on a priority basis. The grievances of the Indian students and young professionals are responded to almost on a real-time basis through telephone calls, walk-ins, emails, social media, 24/7 emergency helplines, open houses and the MADAD portal. Any complaint received from the Indian students and young professionals abroad are to taken up with the concerned university or institution and the host government to ensure that they are properly investigated and the perpetrators are punished. List of countries with which migration and mobility agreements and labor mobility agreements have been signed from 2014 till date is appended at Annexure A. Government of India has signed diverse MOUs or agreements such as migration and mobility partnerships,
labor mobility and labor welfare with various countries established a robust framework for strengthening regular migration pathways. These agreements or MOUs seek to promote people-to-people ties, streamline visa procedures, tackle irregular migration, reinforce bilateral relationships, and encourage skilled labor mobility. The Migration and Mobility Partnership Agreements, inter alia, include provisions for facilitating the mobility of Indian students, young professionals, etc. abroad, such as the extended post-study stays, intra-corporated secondment, etc. The labor welfare and mobility agreements, while facilitating mobility of Indian skilled workforce, contain safeguards and provisions for ensuring the welfare of Indian workers employed overseas. Annexure A. Migration and Mobility Agreements signed since 2014. MMPA signed on 1. France, 10th March 2018. United Kingdom, 4th May 2021. Germany, 5th December 2022. Austria, 13th May 2023. Australia, 23rd May 2023. Italy, 2nd November 2023. Denmark, 22nd February 2024. Labor Mobility Agreement signed since 2014. LMA signed on 1. Saudi Arabia, 3rd April 2016. 2. United Arab Emirates, 11th February 2018. Jordan, 1st March 2018. Japan, 18th February 2021. Kuwait, 10th June 2021. Mauritius, 10th May 2023. Israel, 3rd November 2023. Taiwan, 16th February 2024.
Now, question hour is over. No more supplementaries, please.
Madam Speaker, 10 years later, the manufacturing growth has slowed into 5.5%. Its GDP share remains stagnant at 15.17%, and employment in the sector has decreased. And requested you to allow me to raise a question on the matter of what has Make in India achieved.
Shri Kundan, have you given notice of it earlier? You may give due notice along with a copy of the data. I shall consider it. You cannot spring a surprise on me like this.
I have already given notice of it at 10 a.m. today.
It will be examined when it comes to me. I shall consider it and let you know my decision. Now papers to be laid. Honorable Minister of Education.
Madam Speaker, I beg to lay on the table a copy each of the following notifications, Hindi and English versions of subsection 1 of section Right to Educational Act 2009. Right of child to free and compulsory education in clause 1. Every child of the age of 6 to 14 years, included a child referred to clause D or clause E of section 2, shall have the right to free and compulsory education in a neighborhood school till his or her completion of his or her elementary education. For the purpose of subsection 1, no child shall be liable to pay fee or charges or expenses which may prevent him or her from pursuing or completing his elementary education.
Honorable Minister of Home Affairs.
Madam Speaker, I beg to lay on the table a copy each of the following papers, Hindi and English versions, under subsection 1, new criminal laws that will replace the Indian Penal Code, IPC, and the Code of Criminal Procedure, CRPC, and the Indian Evidence Act. Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita 2023 replaces the Indian Penal Code. Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita 2023 replaces the Criminal Procedure Code. Bharatiya Saksha Adhiniyam 2023 replaces the Indian Evidence Act.
Honorable Honorable Minister of Civil Aviation. Madam Speaker, I beg to say on the table a copy of each of the following papers in Hindi and English versions under the subsection 1. Bharatiya Vayuyan Vidyayak 2024 was introduced in Lok Sabha on 31st July 2024. This act replaces the Aircraft Act 1934, and this act also regulates the Indian civil aviation sector. Implementation of Convention relating to international civil aviation. This bill retains to these provisions and adds that the central government may make rules on radio telephone centers and licenses certificates under the control of International Telecommunication Convention. Message from the upper chamber. Secretary to report message from the upper chamber of Youth Parliament.
Madam, I have to report the following message received from the Secretary of Upper Chamber of Youth Parliament 23. In accordance with the provisions of Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Businesses in the Upper House of Youth Parliament, I am directed to enclose a copy of illegal migrants determined by Train-Bus Bill 2018, which has been passed by Upper Chamber as its sitting held on 7th August 2018.
Secretary to lay on the table a copy of the bill as passed by the upper chamber.
I lay on the table of the House the illegal migrants determination by Train-Bus Bill 2018 as passed by the upper chamber.
Welcome to the French Parliament delegation. Honorable Member, I have to make an announcement on my own behalf of the Honorables. Members of the House, I have a great pleasure in extending our warm welcome to our Excellency Ms. Braun-Pivet, Speaker of the French Parliament and the Honorables. Members of the French National Assembly delegation who are on a visit to India as our honored guests. The honored members of the delegation are Mr. Gabriel Nissim-Attal, Deputy of French National Assembly, Mr. Francois Ruffin, Deputy of the French National Assembly, It is a very high-powered delegation. The delegation arrived on Sunday, 27th October 2024. They are now seated in the special box. We wish them a happy and fruitful stay in our country. We also convey our warm greetings and very best wishes to them through the government and friendly people of the France. Calling attention motion. Now, let us take up the calling attention motion. Srimati Ritika.
Madam, I beg to call the attention of Minister of Food and Civil Supplies to the situation arising out of the report inadequate supply of food grains to the state by the centre and the action taken by the government in this regard.
Minister, please. Minister of Food and Civil Supplies, Srimati Hasini.
Madam, the government and union territories intimated the central government every month for the requirements of the food grains from the central pole of their issues through the public distribution system. The allotment of the grains to the various state union territories is made month-to-month basic techniques into a account of the availabilities of stocks in the central pool, the relative needs of the various states, the market availabilities and the other related factors. These are being viewed over month and the allocations of the made accordingly. I may further that the public distribution system can cater to any part of these requirements of the people, particularly the sections of the society, and cannot meet the needs of the entire population.
Shri Harshavardhan.
Madam Speaker, really, I have to thank the chair for giving me an opportunity to call the attention of Agriculture Minister for taking up the discussion with regard to the arising situation of inadequate supply of food grains to the states by the center. That too a time when my own state is not in the position to feed the people of Tamil Nadu for even 3 to 4 weeks.
There is no water also.
Srimati Nikshipta.
Here we are discussing only about food grains, sir. Madam Speaker, as I fully know that our country is consisting of many states, but it is a bounded duty of every state, which is a surplus to give a central pool after procuring rice or wheat as the case may be. And I also feel that it is a bounded duty of the central to provide rice at a state concerned at a time when they are in actually a need of it. There should be some mutual understanding, not only economical and political. Then only we can create peaceful environment rather than a pleasant environment between central and state. Madam Speaker, as far as my state is concerned, we do not have natural resources like many other states in India do. We do not have Krishna or Godavari as you have mentioned here. We do not have enough water to cultivate our fields. I want to specifically know if the minister is concerned and what are the steps they have taken, as we have repeatedly asked for 95,000 tons of rice need to be sent to Tamil Nadu here to feed people here immediately. Even 25 days have passed and not a single grain of rice have been received by us. It is just like wailing after a child's death. Let us not just wail over deaths in Tamil Nadu, but please give us relief as early as possible, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Shri 𝙁𝙐𝙏𝙍𝙀.
Madam Speaker, I have listened carefully to the point raised by the honorable member of this house on the subject of distribution of food grains to the states by the center for their public distribution system. I have due concern for the hardship being faced by some of the states due to drought and failure of monsoon in some parts of a country. It always been an endeavor of this government to mitigate the sufferings of their people. But in spite of our clear intentions, we are sometimes helpless due to certain limitations. Therefore, in view of this, I would request the affected states to kindly bear with us in this moment for crisis. And we are on our part, will do our best to extent possible to meet their requirements for their people.
Legislative Business Bill introduced. Honorable members of education to introduce the bill.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move for leave to introduce the bill further to amend the Right to Educational Act 2009.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill further be amended to the Right of Education Act 2009. Those who are in favor, please say yes. Yes! Those who are opposed, please say no. No! I think the yes have it. So the leave is granted.
Madam Speaker, I will introduce the bill.
Short duration discuss. Shri Umesh Chandra.
Madam Speaker, calling attention from Railway Minister. Operating one of the world's largest railway networks, Indian Railways faces multifaceted challenges that impacts efficiency, safety and capacity to meet growing demands. Those challenges range from technological obsolescence and regulatory complexities to meet infrastructure aging and passenger overload, highlighting the needs to strategic reforms and investments.
Minister of Railways, Shri Sai Siddharth.
Madam Speaker, government initiatives such as Mission of the Bharat Viksit Railway Program and PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan are central to reshaping India's railway landscape. These initiatives boost speed,
safety and connectivity across vital corridors through dedicated freight corridors DFCs, efforts in electrification along with the demands of passengers and train protection system of 𝙁𝙼𝙍𝙀 automated train signal. Now we are moving towards sustainability development of highlighted operational technologies of trains. These advancements not only promise logistic costs but also decreases the travel times and contribute significantly to the environment and conservation.
Shri Ayan.
Madam Speaker and to the members of the House, to dominate India's Olympic contingent for the second consecutive edition, sportsperson from Haryana and Punjab from the largest India's share of Olympians. In the last 5 years, Haryana has consistently been on the top of the chart, contributing between 15 to 22% of Indian contenders. Punjab contributed the highest share of contenders in 2000 and 2004 Olympics and the second highest shares in 2012 and 2022 and 2024 editions. In 2016, Kerala contributed the second highest shares. In the 2008, Punjab was tied with 3 other states in contributing the second highest share. For the first time since 2000, Tamil Nadu reached the 10% mark. In 2004, the third highest contributed state in this year. There has been a marked drop in participation from Kerala in the last 2 editions. Undivided Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh sent a significant number of sportspersons to Olympics over the year. Despite being a relatively small state, Manipur has contributed 4 to 5% of Indian Olympics for most of years.
Honorable Prime Minister.
Madam Speaker, I am announcing to the members of the House that we are making a complete plan to betterment of the sports activities and participation in the international arena.
Shri Samir.
Madam Speaker, referring to the Minister of Urban Development, I would like to say this. In our country, as per eternal custom, nothing is meant for the general public except for bad roads, pollution and propaganda. One major problem with the national capital, often pointed out by the people living in remote places such as Chennai and Mumbai, is that it has too many sports facilities. In fact, the Delhi Development Authority (DDA) runs not less than 17 sports complexes. Given that this is India, not a first-class world country, it would have been okay if these were PR stunts from the outside and dilapidated ruins from the inside. But no, they are equipped with fully functional infrastructure for all popular sports such as cricket, badminton, tennis, swimming, morning walk and so on. It goes without saying that such facilities run the risk of being hijacked by ordinary Indians to play sports and stay fit. The least the DDA could have done was to make them inaccessible but for the elite. But from the beginning, they made accessible to all for a modest fee. The worst that could happen did happen. They ended up being overrun by hordes of senior citizens, the middle classes, and even people from the lower income groups. It is as if these facilities, built with taxpayers' money, were meant for the general public, which is absurd. If you consider that in our country, as per eternal custom, nothing is meant for the general public except for bad roads, pollution and propaganda. This had to end this had to end, and it ended this month when the DDA took the courageous step of hiking membership fees by lakhs of rupees. The move has sparked an outcry from usual suspected who are branding it as elitist and exclusionary. मैं समीर वर्तमान सरकार से ये जानकारी पाना चाहता हूं कि वे इस मुद्दे पे क्या बदलाव लाना चाहेंगे. मैडम स्पीकर.
Urban Development Minister.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the opposition members are not aware of that all our steps to ensure the thriving urban areas as per the needs and demands. Madam Speaker, the government is still working on all the domains to fulfill the needs.
Now, the House is adjourned to meet again at 11 a.m.